Hey, good morning, Giants. And today, start of the new week, we're going to talk about some different properties of graphs. Now, the good news is, if you took Algebra 2 at Ben Davis last year, then you've been exposed to this, at least to some degree. However, it's probably going to be in a different format in how we write our answer. So if we look here at the top, the first thing I want us to address is parentheses versus brackets. And we've all seen parentheses like for our ordered pair. When we're writing parentheses today, it represents the less than or greater than sign, okay? And either one of those, and then if it's brackets, then that means it's less than or equal to or greater than or equal to, okay? So that is how we distinguish between less than or equal to. We make it brackets. If it's just parentheses, then that means less than or greater than. So we won't need that quite at the start, but eventually we will. So if we look here, this is our function. And we don't know what the there's no necessarily equation that represents it, but we have this function, and we need to start by finding f of 3. So instead of f of x, it's f of 3. So we go to where x is equal to 3, which in our case, right there, so the y value is going to be 2. Now if we look here at this next one, find f of negative 8. So we look where the x value is negative 8, which is over here on the left, and the y value is going to be 6. Now for this final one, it's kind of the other way around. It says if f of x equals negative 6, if that's what we get, then what is the x value that makes that happen? So we look, where is the y value equal to negative 6, which would be down there. So our x value has to be 7. Right, so now we're going to have to use some of our notation. Notice here it says use correct notation. We want to make sure we do that. So it says, what is the domain of f of x? Now, domain we know means the x values. What are the possible x values it could be? So what's the farthest from the left to the farthest on the right? So negative 8 would be the farthest left. And we're going to put our bracket, negative 8. The farthest to the right it could be would be 10. And the reason I chose brackets instead of parentheses, if you look at the point negative 8, that is an acceptable x value. The point 10, that is an acceptable x value. Either one of those could be x values. So anytime you're dealing with domain, it's always going to be brackets. And likewise, range will always be brackets. Now, for the range, instead of left to right, it's down to, or low to high. So the lowest possible y value, remember range is our y, so the lowest possible y value is negative 6. Highest possible y value is 6. So once again with brackets, negative 6 comma 6. All right, so now for f, where is f of x positive? And f of x is positive wherever it is above the x-axis. Okay, so we look here. It starts off, it's clearly above all the way until here at the point 4, 0. Okay, now at the point negative 8, that's our first point. We're going to use a bracket because at that point it is definitely above 0. Okay, it's positive, a positive value for our y, for our answer. The function puts down a positive value. Okay, however, right here at 4, the function would put out 0. It gives us 0 as the output. That is no longer positive. So at that point of 4, we have to put parentheses because it is no longer positive there. So likewise, on this next one, where is f of x negative? We look, and that'd be from 4 to 10. That's where it is below the line. If you're not sure what I mean by this, all of this area I'm highlighting in red is below the line. On the last one, all of this in green was above the line. Okay, so that red below the line there. Now if we look at both 4 and 10, they're on the line. They're considered more like neutral, not negative. Okay, so both of these are going to have to be parentheses because at the points 4 and 10 it is not negative. Okay, our next one. Where is f of x increasing? So increasing means it is climbing. So increasing occurs when it's going from low to high. It has a positive slope. That only occurs from 7 to 10. Now, increasing is always going to be with parentheses because if we think about it, increasing at any specific point, if I stop right here, it's not increasing. If I stop at that point 7, it's not increasing. However, over this interval from 7 to 10, that is where it is increasing. So increasing and decreasing will always be parentheses. Now, I realized after I printed it, I accidentally covered this one up with the graph. So where is f of x decreasing? This will occur, there's actually two different intervals. The first is from -8 to -4. And once again, it's always going to be parentheses. So -8 to -4. And then the second one also occurs right here from -4 to 3. It's more neutral, or we could call that it's constant. Okay, it's not increasing or decreasing, it's constant. Then from 3 to 7, it decreases again. So all right, and we're almost done here now. It says list the x-intercept. So the x-intercept is going to occur where it crosses the x-axis. There are two of them here at 4, 0 and 10, 0. And these ones are simply ordered pairs. So don't worry, the parentheses don't mean the same thing here. We're back to just ordered pairs. Okay, so now list the y-intercept, and this will occur where it crosses the y-axis, which in our case here is at 0, 2. Once again, it's just an ordered pair. All right, so list the local maximum. Now, you might remember from last year, a local maximum has to occur where there's a peak, or it was going up, and now it's going down. Okay, it was increasing, and now it's decreasing. If we look here, some of you might be tempted to call 3 a local maximum, but it was constant, and then it was decreasing, so that doesn't work. Over here at -8, it starts decreasing, but it wasn't increasing before. So we actually don't have a local maximum, so we're going to say none. And our final two here, list the local minimum. This is the opposite. It was decreasing, and now it's increasing. So right here, it was decreasing, and now it's increasing. So 7, -6 will be our answer for that one. Now this final one, you probably didn't do any of this in Algebra 2 last year. So it says, how many times does the line y equal -3 intersect the graph? So first go on the y-axis to -3, and let me get a different color here. So -3 here, and then I'm just going to draw that line across, and 1, 2, it hits it 2 times. Oops. All right, so what I'd like you guys to do now, go ahead and take a look, probably pause the video and try to do the back side of this, see if you can do it on your own. And then in just a second, we will go over this together. All right, so hopefully you took some time and paused the video and tried to do this. But if we look here, here's our next function. So this first question, pretty easy. This first three are pretty easy. Find f of -5. We go to -5 right here, and our answer is going to be 2. Find f of 4. We go to where x is 4. Our answer is 1. Our next one, if f of x equals 4, what is x? The only time f of x is equal to 4, the y value is 4, is right here. So our x value would be 0. Okay. Now I know I'm moving a little quickly, so if you need help, pause it, send me an email. If you don't understand one of these, we are going to talk about the same concept tomorrow. But the reason I'm kind of going fast is because for the most part, it is a review of last year. So if we look now, this next one is domain. Okay, so our domain is from low to high. So it's, left to right. The farthest to the left to the farthest to the right. So -10 to 8. And sorry, that warning keeps popping up. Oops, not to -8, to +8. All right, and now our next one, our range. This is from low to high. So the lowest point is at -8, the highest point is at 4. And remember, this is always our y value. All right, list the x-intercepts. In our case, there's 2 at -8, 0, and at 7, 0. It's where is the y value equal to 0? All right, list the y-intercepts. There's just one here at 0, 4. Where is the graph positive? So this means where is it increasing? So there's going to be, what am I saying? Increasing is different. Where is the graph positive means where is it above the x-axis? So if we think about it over here, let me put our labels. Positive is everything up here. Negative is everything down there. Think of this line as neutral. Okay, so positive would be anything above that, so from -8 to 7. And both of those are on the neutral line, so they will have parentheses. Now, where is the graph negative? There's going to be 2 chunks over here from -10 to -8. The -10 has a bracket because it starts below the line. The -8 is going to have a parentheses because it is neutral. It is on that line, the x-axis. And over here, 7 to 8. Once again, the 7 is on the line, so it will look like that. The 8 is below. It is clearly negative, so it has a bracket. Okay, list the local maximum. Remember, this occurs where it was increasing and now it's decreasing. So if we look here, we have 2, 0, 4, and 6, 3. Okay, local minimum occurs where it was decreasing and now it's increasing. So right here at 4, 1, that's just our only answer. Now, some of you might be tempted to tell me 8, -8, or 10, -1. Those are minimums in their respective spots. However, local minimum was decreasing and now is increasing. Okay. So next, where is the graph increasing? This means where is it slope positive? So from -10 to 0. And remember, this is always parentheses. Okay, and then also from here at 4 to 6. Where is the graph decreasing? Where is the slope down or negative? So from 0 to 4 and also from 6 to 8. All right, and we're just about done these last 2 questions. How many times does the line y equal 1 intersect the graph? So I'm going to draw this line in y equals 1. So at 1, 1, 2, 3. Even though it just barely touches there, it's just like an x-intercept. All it has to do is touch it. So that's 1, 2, 3 times that it intersects the graph. And this last one, how many times does the line x equal -3 intersect the graph? So that line would be over here, 1, 2, 3, and it goes vertical. And that is just 1 time right here. All right, so that's all I've got for you. If you have any questions, definitely send me an email, let me know. You're going to do one of these as your practice today, so go ahead, sign in. It's one ITS learning question, but there's like 14 parts. Just analyze one of these graphs for me. So please let me know if you need help, and I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.